Alright, welcome back to how to build heroes in the FPS sense, FPS concepts. Today we're going to be looking at Andre, and we're going to be again talking about abilities and why it's good to have multiple abilities even though you may not use all of them. So perfect example, Andre, role protector. Protector means it's a defensive damage type. Playstyle shielder uses shields, places structures that are used for shielding. Description, block hybrid, as we talked about in the world that we have created. Many humans are hybrids of certain, are kind of hybrid, like a dog and a cat. We've already talked about a chameleon girl, a girl that is both a chameleon girl hybrid. This guy is like if Legos were a man was basically half Legos. Now, of course, for our stock photo here, we have one of the Ben 10 aliens that looks similar to the concept that I'm thinking about. It is an alien that can shapeshift into different structures, and it looks pretty colorful. So I'm just using it as a stock image for now. We're still working on the commission for this character. But ignoring that, you can see that there's a lot of abilities. We have 8 abilities. One of them is a passive. So the main gist of this video is discussing how you need to have options. Okay, most hero concepts, you're not going to have the same ability set unless the people you work with in the future like it 100%. Some cases where that's true, but for most parts, that's not true. For example, Brimstone in Valorant was going to have an ability where he basically had a grenade launcher that instead of firing flares, it was going to be just a secondary ability that he could use all the time instead of just once for his sort of charged ability now. Same with Tracer in Overwatch. She was meant to have laser eyes instead of her pistols. So instead of using her pistols to do damage, she would shoot lasers from her eyes. Of course, that was removed and it was replaced with those pistols. Same thing with here. So we have a bunch of abilities. We're again going to be converting our vertical stat block to a horizontal stat block, and in the process I'm going to show you the multitude of abilities and how they basically can be replaced or taken off. We really only want 3 to 4 abilities plus a passive, ultimate, and primary. We don't really want more than 5 abilities on our character, so we do try to limit it to just 6. 6 to 7 in the main game, which the 7 would be a primary, passive, and ultimate, which would take up 3 of the 6 slots, and then 3 to 4 secondary abilities. Anyway, let us begin by taking our character Andre here. We're going to move to the stat sheet, and we're going to be looking at his vertical stat block here. We can see his primary is Blockzooka. It is a bazooka that shoots out blocks. It's basically like a quad launcher. So we have hero name Andre. Description, we have description here, block hybrid, playstyle shielder. So block hybrid, shielder, and Blockzooka. And that was a spread. It fires a spread of bricks from his Blockzooka. His passive is rebuild. Any structure you place can be repaired, such as if he replaces, we can see one of these structures a ladder. Place a ladder that can be used by allies. If that ladder gets damaged, he can rebuild it because he's made out of blocks, and he passively makes more blocks, so he can passively rebuild the ladder if it gets damaged. So rebuild, of course, doesn't do any damage. It's mostly just to help him keep his structures safe and sound and repaired. So it's a passive, and it gets the gray marker. So we've said gray right here. Ability types, gray is ability. Door barricade and ladder. Ladder, of course, is a structure, not a shield. It's used by allies. Let's say there's a cliff that your snipers want to get up to, but they don't have the means to get there. Make a ladder for them to go up there. Door barricade. Place a 500 health shield over a doorway to block a choke point. This, of course, will get our shading for shielding, our crimson shade for our door barricade, which has 500 health. And since it has 500 health, as you can see here, a shield health from 500 to 599 has a 10-second cooldown. 10-second cooldown. Block helmet. Grants a helmet that blocks headshots to an ally, 15 seconds. Block helmet. Since it's an indestructible helmet, it is not a shield. It is in fact just a helmet that our character puts like a row of blocks over his head, and of course, since it doesn't have a health, it has more seconds in its cooldown because it doesn't have 500 health. It's indestructible, and it's only on there for a limited time. Block cannons. Place 2 cannons that launch a projectile horizontally, and 10 seconds for this. So 2 cannons that fire cannonballs, well, fire exploding bricks. So they're not auto, but they are 2 cannons technically. So even though it's more of a trap of anything, and in most traps I will label as a 10-second cooldown as seen here. Again, it's not an auto cannon, it's just a regular cannon with 1 shot each. So it's just a splash, it's not an auto like up here with the AI controlled NPC. Brick bomb, throw an exploding brick. Pretty self-explanatory, same as the cannons. They are, you throw a brick that explodes, same with the cannons. Next ability, water wheels and shield builder. Alright, so water wheels, place 2 water wheel structures that block damage. Simple enough. Place a water wheel that rotates so it blocks damage, and there's 2 of them. Again, same with the ladder. They have a health pool, but they're not really a shield, they're more just a structure. And shield builder. Build a wall of 500 health. Kind of the same as door barricade. It has 10 seconds just like the door barricade, except it's not just a door barricade, it's an actual shield. The difference between the door barricade, as we've seen in the description, and this is why you need a description for all your concepts. The door barricade, 500 shield over a doorway specifically, so it has to be in a doorway or a choke point. But the shield builder can just be a shield anywhere. That's the main difference. Finally, the Great Wall Ultimate, a giant 10,000 health unit shield wall that stretches across a section denoted by U. So of course, it's going to be the Great Wall as the name. And what have we denoted? It is a shield of 10,000 units. And it's going to get its shield crimson color. And in our vertical stat block, our health is 400 HP. For our character, Andre. Alright, that does it for our stat block. Now let's move back to our story. Let's get our last section out of the way, the story. Of course, Andre is a part of the hybrid population where their DNA has been altered by experiments, radiation, or magic to be crossed with another organism or inorganic object. In Andre's case, his DNA was combined with the atomic composition of plaster so he could mold his skin to build structures like Lego bricks. He has hidden himself by wearing long clothes and has become a low-level DJ in a underground nightclub in New Dant, Denmark. As you can see, the parts of the story are simple. Explain why he looks the way he is, because he's partly made out of plaster, because his DNA is partly combined with the atomic composition of plaster. That's the reason why he has his block powers. And at the bottom paragraph, it shows you exactly what his current occupation and location is. Low-level DJ in an underground nightclub in Denmark. Alright, so that's going to do it for Andre and the hero concept. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you like it. I'll see you guys next time. Toodaloo!